Hey guys, I'm Cara Di Falco, and this week in the Cucina, we are in the kitchen of Rat's Restaurant at Grounds for Sculpture in Hamilton, New Jersey with Chef Ed Crochet. He's going to show us a great fresh summer dish. Great food isn't just about good ingredients and knowing how to cook, it's about telling the story of the food. Chef, can you tell us the dish that we're making today?
Sure. So we're going to do, it's summer, so obviously we're going to do something very seasonal. We're going to do grilled zucchini.
Okay.
Some lemon ricotta, zucchini flowers, pickled cherries, Thai basil from our garden, and some preserved lemons.
That sounds absolutely amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about where you guys get some of your ingredients from? I know you just kind of came on board here, Rat, so you're kind of trying to change things up a little bit.
Not so much change things up, but just sort of like utilize the, Jersey's great. It's a state that's full of farms, full of fresh produce, full of people that, care deeply about food. It's a great food culture. And, we kind of want to celebrate that and represent it as well as we can. So, we're utilizing, zucchini today from farms right around the area, cherries, stone fruits just coming out now, ricotta from right down the road. So, it's just, and, frankly, the Thai basil we're using is from our garden right out back. So, trying to get ingredients on the plate as quickly and as simply and as elegantly as possible without overcomplicating the awesome stuff that we have.
I absolutely love it. What's our first step for this dish?
So, we're going to take a look at our zucchini. So we've got 3 different types of zucchini. This is called an 8-ball squash. This is just a baby green zucchini, and these guys are called patty pan squash. So, in order to grill them, we're going to cut them down a little bit. So, just trim the top off this guy, right here. Cut it in half, cut it in half again. Okay, this will go right into our mixing bowl, right there. Okay, go ahead and cut this guy right in half. And then we'll cut our patty pan sort of right across the middle like that. Okay. Then at that point, we're going to use our overly expensive olive oil. Since you guys are doing a film shoot, we decided to break out the good stuff for you.
I see.
I know. So get some of that guy on there. Okay. Toss it around. Salt. People that cook at home would be, I'm sure you know this from being in restaurants a lot, shocked at how much salt you actually put on things to make it taste good.
Yes, yes.
Which is ironic because, everyone eats packaged ham and Lunchables and ramen noodles. That stuff is so packed with sodium that,
Yeah, and then when they actually see it going on, they kind
Everyone freaks out about it.
Yeah.
Basic goal here is to grill the zucchini, get a little bit of that nice char flavor on it that people like, but to still reserve some of the texture of the zucchini. We're not trying to make zucchini mush,
Right.
So we'll get these guys on here. Give them about 30 seconds, turn them, and then we'll flip them over after another 30 seconds. Get some nice marks on them. So zucchini's nice and cooked. We'll take that off of there. Again, what we're looking for is, nice little bit of texture, nice little bit of grilled color.
All right, so Chef also has some of my most favorite part of the zucchini flowers. Yep. And you're gonna show us how to get the stamen out of the center, because when I do this at home, I always wind up ripping the flower apart. So what is the best way to do this?
Well, one, don't think that I won't rip the flower apart on accident. So zucchini flowers, basically, if you got your zucchini, you see it growing on the end of a zucchini plant. At the end of it here, a flower is gonna come out of it. So these guys are great for grilling, folding into risottos or pastas. They're also really good for stuffing,
Yes.
You take pipe them full of ricotta cheese, batter them, deep fry them. It's like, your best summer in Italy ever.
Yes.
So inside of these guys, they have the stamen, because obviously these are flowers. So we've got that little guy right in there that you don't want to eat. Best thing to do, get a couple of tweezers, put them right in there, and yank the stamen right out. And if you rip it, you can still fold it right back up, and no one's going to know anything.
See, guys,
absolutely.
These are the top secrets from pro chefs.
Okay, so now
we're grilling these too, right?
Yep. We're just going to toss them on the grill real quick. These will grill up much faster.
One of the other ingredients that we're using today is preserved lemon. So tell me a little bit about how you can do that.
So, regular lemon and a preserved lemon. Basically, North African cultures, a lot of Mediterranean cultures, you know, they've got citrus fruit almost year round, but not quite year round.
Yes.
So since it's such a staple of their cuisines, they want to have it available to them at all times of the year. So what they do is take one of these guys. You can see how they open it up like this, that, and then you turn it again, like that. Fill the cavity with salt and sugar, and bury it essentially in salt and sugar in some sort of a plastic airtight container. I'm sure back in the day they wouldn't use plastic because they wouldn't have it.
I was going to say probably ceramics.
Yeah, ceramic would probably be a better bet. So a ceramic container, airtight, and just let it sit for up to 2 months. And at that point, you've got this guy. So what happens is that the rind of it gets salty, gets sweet, gets a little bit acidic from the juice and the lemon, and it's just a great way to basically add acid to a dish without adding any liquid. You know, everybody loves squeezing lemon juice over stuff, but sometimes that kind of dilutes the flavor of what you're looking for in the dish.
Okay.
So using these guys, which you can get sometimes at Wegmans, you know, nice ShopRites, places like that, or you can make it at home, which is the best way to do it.
Yeah. What would be the ratio of salt to sugar? Even equal parts? Or?
You can use equal parts. I typically use 2 parts salt to 1 part sugar. But it's kind of a case-by-case basis with any fruit. Obviously, sometimes a little sweeter, sometimes more acidic. If you taste it after a month and it's a little bit too bitter, you want to add more salt to it. The salt actually takes the bitterness away.
The bitter out.
You would think the sugar would do it, but the sugar doesn't really do anything to that bitterness. The salt kind of cooks it a little bit, which helps get away with some of that bitterness.
Look at that.
Yeah. And then we'll just dice up the rind there. The pulp in there you can use. It's really good to make vinaigrettes out of, make nice little purees. But this is the stuff that really adds that little zip to a salad or a dish like this that you're looking for.
Next, we're going to be pickling some cherries,
Yep,
which is a very cool concept as well. So, fresh cherries.
Yeah, fresh cherries from a farm right around us.
Okay.
So we're just going to take them. And you know, you could use a cherry pitter if you have one at home.
Yeah.
I do not have one here right now. So we're just going to pop it, take the seed out. Simple as that. You know, it's great getting cherries at the supermarket. It is better getting them from a farm around you, if at all possible. So then a little bit of champagne vinegar, a little bit of salt. And basically you just let these guys sit. Give it 2 hours, give it 24 hours. If you want to use it after a week or two, they'll be totally fine. They basically, you know, these just acidify, get a little bit more tart. This might not be something that you'd want to do for dessert, but you know, for a savory dish like this, a nice salad, they go great.
That's a really creative, different way to use them. I like that.
Sure. Yeah. Nice.
Final piece, ricotta.
Yep, ricotta cheese. So ricotta, and I mean, you don't have to season this stuff. You could leave it just the way it is, but I like to take it, whip a little bit of olive oil into it, because olive oil is great.
Olive oil is great. So that's probably about a half cup of ricotta, give or take?
Yep, about a half cup of ricotta, about a tablespoon of olive oil. So we'll add a little bit of salt to it, a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper, zest of 1 lemon. Okay, mix that guy around. You could use a whisk if you want to. Spoon works totally fine. Okay, and now we will assemble our dish. So, nice clean plates. Okay. Spread our ricotta on there. Okay, then back to our zucchinis. Strain out our cherries. Okay, back to our preserved lemons. Just scatter them around. Okay. Then, nice Thai basil. Regular basil would work totally fine. Dill would work great. Fennel fronds would be great. Just nice to get some herb on there to sort of liven things up a little bit. Okay, and then at the end, zucchini blossoms. Okay, a little bit of the olive oil, a little bit of finishing salt, black pepper.
So I'm gonna taste this, and I would like for you to tell everybody just a little bit about Rats and the grounds here, and you know,
Sure.
this whole place. You were telling me that this was started by one of the.
So it started by Stuart Johnson. He's a member of the Johnson & Johnson family. So if you've ever cut yourself, Band-Aids from
and
them.
used a Band-Aid.
Yep, Band-Aids, whatever other products Johnson & Johnson people make. So 25 years ago, we're just celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. Rats is actually named after a character from the book The Wind in the Willows. It's
so good.
Well, that's because you like zucchini blossoms. I'm just cheating, basically.
And ricotta. You pretty much have all my favorite things on one plate.
Great.
Yes, we're good.
We could do that for you.
So The Wind in the Willows.
Yeah, so The Wind in the Willows, there is a character in the book named Ratty. He's supposed to be the consummate party planner, the guy whose events you always want to go to. So that is what Mr. Johnson wanted to name his restaurant after. Some people try to talk him out of it, but it's kind of an institution at this point. So you know, we're thrilled to be here, and you know, we work really hard to give people a good product.
And the grounds are cool too. It's botanical and sculpture, right?
Yep. It started as a sculpture garden. Obviously, the grounds being New Jersey, there's a lot of natural, lush greenery, essentially.
Yes.
We have an awesome horticultural team that keeps everything looking great. The sculpts are really interesting. A lot of them are sort of inspired by French Impressionist art, but there's also a lot of more modernistic art. If you walk around the grounds, there are statues that remind you of a boathouse in Giverny. There's also statues that remind you of the Wizard of Oz. So it takes a lot of different forms, but it's a really cool place to come, and while you're here, you might as well have something to eat.
You might as well have something to eat. Yeah. Chef, thank you so much. This is a delicious dish, guys, so don't forget, I'll have the recipe up at caradifalco.com, or you can come to Rats in Hamilton and have Chef make this for you as well, or check out the rest of their seasonal menu. That is it for this week in the Cucina. Chef, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate it.
Fun.
I'll see you guys next time.